Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We are about to check out this press conference. Okay, it has not started yet. Okay, it's gonna start in just a second, but let me go ahead and switch my screen for a second.
WFLA Now will begin momentarily. Breaking news on WFLA Now. Here is JB Buno.
The Carlee Russell mystery. We are closer to answers. What exactly happened to the 25-year-old Alabama woman who vanished for more than 2 days after she said that she saw a toddler on the side of I-459 in Hoover, Alabama? Well, Hoover police, they have called a press conference. We're here live in the Stream Center, and we're going to show you here in the Stream Center the feed that just came up, folks. We're going to go live to Hoover, Alabama to show you the podium here. This press conference will be starting momentarily at 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central. So if you have found us here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, TikTok Live, WFLA.com, or the WFLA app, you have come to the right place. We're going to be here live really up until that press conference begins, again with the Hoover Police Department. Let's bring in our guest expert joining us here on stream, retired FBI agent, current News Nation law enforcement analyst Jennifer Coffindoffer, joining us here on stream. Jennifer, what are you expecting that we learn in this press conference that starts in just a few minutes from now?
Great question. We're going to learn one way or the other what happened. We are going to learn whether this is a hoax, whether it was some sort of mental crisis, or whether indeed there is somebody out there that abducted her, and they're going to put the community on notice that, listen, there's somebody out there and we need your help, and be safe.
Is there any...
One of those going to happen.
Right. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Is there any... Okay, so the potential scenarios here, we're going to learn about an abduction. We're going to learn about a... maybe perhaps some sort of mental health episode that occurred. We're going to learn about something that was very deliberate, or is there any chance that police come up here to the podium and say that the investigation is ongoing and we just called this press conference just to basically meet the demands of the media?
I don't think so. They've had long enough, JB. They've had long enough to decipher everything that happened on that video before and after. They're going to have ring cam footage. They're going to have video from her entering the neighborhood and going up to her parents' door. They've interviewed, we know it's been made public, the individuals at her workplace. They're going to have looked at the digital forensics from her phone, from the computer at her work. They already know, I believe, what happened, and we're going to hear about it.
Do you think that they have finally spoken to Carlee? Jennifer, you have me?
No.
Oh, I think we might have lost you. Oh, we might have lost you. Auto mute might have happened. Oh, hold on. We'll try to get you back, Jennifer. Again, Jennifer Coffindoffer joining us. Can everybody give me a quick audio check, thumbs up on stream? Or did we completely lose audio? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Because
there?
Oh yeah, no, I got you now. Hopefully our audience can hear.
So weird.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Welcome to the world of live streaming, folks, where sometimes just for no reason at all, you just have audio problems. Jennifer, I don't know if you heard the question, but again, we're talking about the chances that we're going to learn something significant here in the next few minutes.
Yes, I think we are. Again, I think we're going to have some direction from law enforcement as to whether this is an abduction or whether it's not. And I think they're going to provide detail. And the reason they're going to be able to is they've had plenty of time to conduct their investigation and make a conclusion.
Yeah, and again, there's really two scenarios here, folks, that are present, at least on my mind. Scenario one, an abduction took place. And there needs to be obviously a search, a manhunt, if you will, for whoever is responsible for that abduction. Or scenario two, where there wasn't an abduction, and people are going to want to know exactly what happened on the side of I-459 and why did Carlee Russell vanish in those moments between the 911 call that she placed when she claimed to see a toddler and between, of course, law enforcement arriving there on scene. I'll do my very best to answer as many questions and comments using hashtag HeyJB, hashtag Hey Jennifer. As I look over here, I'm looking at the scrolling comment section, looking for those comments as we have another just a couple of minutes. Jennifer, really quickly, put on your reporter hat for a minute. Let's say you're a reporter in the room. Oh, we lost you again. Oh, we might have lost you again. You got me, Jennifer? Okay, you got me now? Yeah, I feel like the Verizon guy. Can you hear me now? I haven't seen that. Whatever happened to the Verizon guy? Not entirely sure. Does he still? He went to Sprint, right? Okay, you got me now? Oh, no, she has to go. Okay, it's 3:28. She's saying that she has to go and she can't hear me. All right. Jennifer, thanks a lot for joining us.
Baby Jen trying to go ahead and get in place so she can catch the live too, goddamn.
What's going in and out, but I appreciate you having
press conference
Thanks,
too. I tell y'all,
Jennifer.
so
I'll
many
see you on News
people
Nation.
is
Take care.
like going live trying to
All right.
find out
Jennifer
where
Coffman's
is
off her,
going
folks. You'll see
on.
her tonight on News Nation. You might see her on some other
Crazy.
channels as well. Let's go to the comment section here. And people are asked, like Steve on Facebook Live, do you think it's a hoax or do you think it was an abduction? Look, we're going to find out from law enforcement. There's no point now and first of all, my opinion, I'm just here as a reporter to help present everybody with fact and also talk about what we know versus what we don't know.
Me too.
And
Me
at this
too. I'm
stage in
here
the
for that
story,
too.
Police have not yet commented on there definitively being an abduction that took place. The law enforcement releases since Carlee turned up on Saturday night have been mostly vague with very few specifics. And a lot of the reason for that is because of a very significant missing puzzle piece here. When you have a situation like this, when a missing person advisory is canceled, one of the very first things or one of the most important things that will get conducted is that whoever's usually the lead investigator, one of the lead investigators on the case, will sit down with the person and say, what happened? Tell us, walk us through chronologically, step by step, what happened. And we'll ask, there will be a formal interview process. To our understanding, up until this point, according to police, they have not interacted with Carlee Russell since she turned up and gave an initial statement on Saturday night before she had to go to the hospital there, UAB hospital, for treatment. She's been released since, but she has still not had interaction or that formal interview with law enforcement, at least based on the most recent communications that we have from the Hoover Police Department. If something has changed, we're about to find out about it. But what we've got to do now, folks, because the time is now officially 3:30 Eastern, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to bring up audio here. I have to stop taking questions and comments. What we are going to do is we're going to stay here with you live after the press conference to, go through exactly what we've learned and also to what we haven't found out and what remaining questions still persist. So after the press conference is done, don't go anywhere. Let's bring up audio here for the first time.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Everybody give me a thumbs up. I just want to make sure. Right at 2:30 now, Central Daylight Time. Everybody good? Everybody good? Mic check 1 2. Mic check. We're getting very close. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. You good, Mike? Mic check. You good? You good? Everybody's good? You're good, sir? Great. Okay. You're back up. Okay. Want me to give you one real quick? Okay. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
No, they did tell this lady to hurry up.
Warning, I think. I'm not positive. Mic check 1 2.
No, he didn't tell her to hurry up, honey.
Microphones. All right, official 2-minute warning from right now. Okay, 2 minutes.
2 minutes, guys. Y'all heard it. Come on into the room, honey. Can y'all hear it? Let me know that y'all can hear it. I see people saying something about the volume, but I tried to make it as loud as I can. We can switch over to Facebook if y'all want. Let's do that and see if that'll help some of y'all. Is that better?
You have a hardwire mic, your wireless receiver is causing static on mine. I can get you one if you need it.
I want y'all tell me how y'all feeling right now. Are y'all feeling like y'all about to watch? Like, are y'all feeling like y'all watching the Super Bowl and you trying to see if your team finna win? Like, what is y'all energy on? Is it nervousness? Is it excitement? Leave it in the comments and just let me know how y'all feeling in this moment as we are about to get these details. I'm not expecting a lot, but it's interesting to hear the lady Jennifer that we just listened to on the other news station, where she's like, oh, we're going to find out these details. We're going to know about this, that, da, 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 da. People saying we're going to find out whether it's a hoax. And I'm just like, are we really going to find it out today if they haven't even talking to the young lady? So we shall see. I mean, maybe she came to their office this morning and gave them a quick 1-2 before they decided to go, oh, girl, let me be quiet. Girl, let me hush. It's about to go down.
All right. Good afternoon and welcome to the Frank and Pam Bearfield Training Center. I'm Captain Keith Sescaleba. That's spelled Keithsescaleba with the Hoover Police Department. Joining me at the podium today will be Hoover Mayor Frank Brocato, spelled Brcato, and Hoover Police Chief Nick Derzis, spelled Derzis. You may also hear from Lieutenant Daniel Lowe, spelled Lowe, of the Hoover Police Investigations Division. Mayor Brocato will make a brief opening statement, and then Chief Derzis will read a prepared statement. After Chief's statement is complete, there will be an opportunity to ask a few questions regarding this investigation. Keep in mind that this is still an ongoing investigation, so there may be some questions that we cannot answer. With that, I will turn it over to Mayor Brocato.
Thank you and good afternoon for you all coming today. You know, 6 days ago, our community learned about the disappearance of Carlee Russell, and it sent fear and pandemonium not just through our city, but the entire state and the nation as well. The media quickly joined us to get the word out about Carlee.
Social media
our
too.
Community sprung into action, and they organized search parties, arranged prayer vigils, and they took other steps that I'm not even aware of to help in this situation. The Hoover Police Department quickly rallied multiple partner agencies, stopping at nothing to find Carlee. I'd like to take this time to say thank you first to the Hoover Police Department, our partner agencies, our wonderful community, and to all those that aided in some way in connection with this situation. As the days have gone on and more information has been shared, we know everyone has questions. The Hoover Police Department is known for being very methodical and thorough with their investigations. For that reason, we did not feel comfortable speaking in detail publicly until now. It is important that we share this information now so that our community can be put at ease. So at this time, I'll turn the microphone over to Hoover Police Chief Nick Derzis. Thank you.
I think I am too, Shannon.
Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll work in this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing. However, through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Tzatziki's
Bitch.
at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel, up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m.
It's
And at
over.
this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
Girl, they choosing violence. Did he take his glasses off? They choosing violence. This is rude. This is so, girl, I can't. Not a bathrobe with granola bars, cheeses, and a roll of tissue.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there's a kid just walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where on 459 are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Hoover Med, like you get off by the Hoover Med. Okay, so you're before the exit? Yes. Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Like towards Tuscaloosa or towards 280? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay. And was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound. How old do they look? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay. Are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz. Is it a sedan or SUV? SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry. Can you put your hat
Volume so low.
Yeah, they're on. Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them? No. Okay. No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian? They're white. Okay. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. Right now? Okay. So is he wearing clothes? Yes. Okay. What is he wearing? It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper. And you don't see any cars anywhere? No. And you don't see any cars anywhere? No cars anywhere. Okay. All right. What's your name? My name is Carlee Russell. You don't rush off from work. No, but I can't really see them that good. Okay. Try to keep an eye on them for the best you can. No, she's not that I can't really see that look. Okay. All right. On the way. You just try to stay, keep an eye on that, but the officers are on the way, okay? Okay, thanks.
Oh, bitches, it's over. It's over.
Relative, after speaking with the 911 operator, she went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call, and cell phone data to accurately determine time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data on Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in a vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight. 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carlee's mother, stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched. Several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounded local and federal agencies assisted Hoover police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by our family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, Hoover 911 center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911.
Mm-hmm.
She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby.
Wait,
she claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claimed he then forced her into a car. And the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler.
Ooh.
She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a spot in the back.
A clown?
She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed.
Whoa.
Believes they took pictures of her, but she did not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt.
My.
Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right
I gotta come on camera for this shit, because listen.
sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to her disappearance, I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term "you have to pay for an Amber Alert" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term "how to take money from a register without being caught" was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term "Birmingham Bus Station" was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
Bitch, what? Oh, girl.
Just put the right hand and I will call on you. Carol.
Do you expect any charges against Carlee Russell in connection with the disappearance and in connection with what was taken from the Woodhouse spot?
Right now, our focus is to determine those 49 hours, so the investigation continues.
Charges
So to be
coming.
perfectly honest with you, that hasn't even been in our mind or been discussed.
He lying. Charges is coming. He lying.
Well, I think the family has stated to us that they didn't think that in her mental state right now, because of trauma of the incident, that she's not ready to talk, is what we've been told.
Stated that the abductor had orange hair. Was this abductor black male? Was it female?
He was white. He was a clown.
I believe it's a white male. Am I correct by saying that? Was it ever? Yeah, white male.
Is this alleged abductor yet?
Don't believe so.
Yes, ma'am.
Chief Renegade on WBRC, has a toxicology report been done and were any drugs or illegal substances found in her system?
We have no report of that.
Is any indication of mental illness in this case?
Not that I'm aware of.
There's been this word turned out not to be a true story. That the next time a young woman of color was missing, that it might not be taken seriously. How would you respond to that?
I'd respond to say that we investigate every crime to the fullest, just like we have this one.
Was she traveling with anyone specifically?
Not to my knowledge.
Chief, I know you said you were able to verify a lot of aspects of the story. Where do you think she went? How would you characterize what happened?
That's the $100 question. We pretty much know exactly what took place from the time she left work until she got on the 911 call. We can see getting out of the car on the interstate from that footage. And after that, I think she only knows. We don't know.
But one quick follow-up. If you speak of Carlee's parents, why do you think it is that you're so adamant as an abductor?
Yeah, I think parents are believing what their daughter's saying, and we've had a very good rapport with the parents, met with them on several occasions. I've talked to them today a few times and make them understand that we're under pressure from our community, not only in our community of the state, but nationally when the story hit. And I just wanted them to understand that today we were going to have a press conference, and what we were going to detail today are facts. And everything that I've told you today is actual facts. It's not innuendos. It's not what I think. It's not what these detectives think. It is the factual information that we have.
That means the parents didn't want this to come out.
Well, I think our detectives have talked to the parents, and we're ready. We're ready to talk as soon as she's ready. So, she called right now. We're ready.
Girl.
How about unknown? We know the facts that we have. Everything else is unknown at this time.
What have the past few days been like for you, your department? This has been a stressful search, hasn't it?
Well, absolutely. And again, the focus of the investigation that Thursday when she went missing, of course, the focus was to get Carlee home. That's what we want all. We wanted her safe and sound. And that's all happened. And then, of course, this has gotten to be not only a local state story, but a national story. So, it is. It's a lot of stress on everyone in the Hoover Police Department, and the mayor, to every citizen here. We want to know the truth.
Stand here, are you frustrated?
I wouldn't say I'm frustrated. I mean, I'm very happy that Carlee's home. That was the main ingredient here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll figure it out. I promise you that. We'll end up figuring it out.
Right, right.
Yeah, we haven't had time to consider that, but it's again, these detectives that are here, this is just a small group of people that have been associated with this case. We have put every available resource that we have on this case because we wanted to make sure that we found out everything. We wanted to get her home, and we have. Not that I'm aware of.
People from the state, federal resources brought in, what were they doing exactly as well we're searching for? Can you just expand on that?
Sure. A lot of the from the FBI side, several agents helping us interview. I mean, as you well know, a case like this, especially when it goes national, we got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of calls. And when you get those calls, some of them may just be outlandish, but you got to follow up on them because you never know that you may get that one tidbit. And I'd also say too that we had a great cooperation with the family. The family received hundreds and hundreds of tips, and every time they got a tip, they sent it to us. No, we have not determined that. No.
It's gone.
Chief, with all of the searches that you mentioned, Chief, that were on Carlee's phone, does that kind of give you an indication of her mind state during this ordeal, 48 hours?
Yeah. Well, again, we want to talk in facts, and I do think it's highly unusual to the day that someone gets kidnapped, that several 7 hours or 8 hours before that they're searching the internet, Googling the movie Taken about an abduction. I find that very strange. Yes.
You feel confident, your investigator, feel confident that you know why Carlee Russell may have done.
No, we do not know. Absolutely not.
Chief, can you explain for us? You mentioned that while at the release of Carlee was on the phone 911, she was traveling 6 football fields, which tells you what?
Wow.
Which tells me that I've had kids, and I'm sure a lot of people here have, and it's very, very, again, she said it. I'm not saying it couldn't happen because I've always been one of these guys, never say never, but 6 football fields. I like athletics, I like football. 6 football fields. To think that a toddler, barefoot, that could be 3 or 4 years old, is going to travel 6 football fields without getting in the roadway, without crying, without any just moving down. It's just very hard for me to understand.
He pissed.
We did not see, from what we can tell, we don't see anybody on the interstate other than her car and then someone getting out of her driver's side. We have sent that off to the FBI for enhancement. It has not been returned.
Do you think in this case that charges will be forthcoming?
Yes, ask this again.
How serious crime is it to not only fabricate a 911 call, but to lie to law enforcement during an investigation?
Well, again, that's not something that we've been discussed since we're going through the still investigation. But people have to understand that when someone says something like this, we put every available resource. Everybody comes together, from, like I say, state, local, federal. It's just a lot of work, and gentleman earlier said frustrated. I mean, it is a little frustrating to think that all this has been done and we can't find anything out.
They mad as fuck.
No, not to my knowledge.
All right, last question here. Is this investigation held up until you can speak once again to Carlee Russell?
Well, there's a few things that we're still doing, but obviously we want to talk to Carlee as soon as we can and do an in-depth interview. And at that time, I think we'll have these investigators doing some other things. So
That's all the questions we're going
Oh,
to
not y'all. Big, y'all done gave us a lot. We appreciate you, cause bitch, I don't get that any other time. Let me tell y'all something. That man. Let me see. Are they done? Okay. Are they done? See what other. Okay, girl. Look like they done. Listen, Linda. Listen to me, Linda. Let me pause that because I feel like I'm gonna want to go back and play it and like break it down from what I hear and talk about it. How I do my reactions, girl. I was not trying to come on camera. Okay, I'm looking real horrible. But anyway, girl, listen. That motherfucker came in there like Darkwing Duck. You hear me, bitch? Do you hear what I say? He came in there like Darkwing Duck. Bitch, I got the handle, and I don't give a fuck about what nobody talking about. This them pissed me the dog off. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all thought that I was just gonna step over the line, and just come on over to y'all side. Bitch, I'm skiing. You ain't gotta worry about me, bitch, because I'm just okay. I'm in the air like this, bitch. Pull me over there real quick down the slopes. Just go on, girl. Because, ma'am, I tried to ride. As much as this shit did not make sense to me, okay, as much as this shit did not make sense to your girl, I was over there trying to hold out hope. You feel what I'm saying, girl? Because y'all swear on be having, women's side and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying, girl? But I was trying to ride with my good sis this time. And see how she played me, bitch? Do you see how she played me? Girl, she left me and that toddler ass out there. Do you hear me? Left both of us out there. And Miss Mama, come to the front. Because why the fuck did you take your ass over there to that damn TV station? And you said, I should have known. You know what? I should have known. I already knew, actually, when I was showing the people. Because it was the pauses that your ass gave for me. Sitting up there talking about she came in the house. She came in the house and she was looking like this. And I tried to hug her, but I had to step back and let the medical professionals get to her. And it was just, bitch, when you shook your head, I should have knew you was full of shit. The moment that you could not come up with nothing else out your damn mouth, it just... And then your husband over there just hugging on you like, it's okay. So shut the hell up. You ain't been saying shit the whole time. You ain't saying that to the end of the damn interview. So be quiet. So she shove your ass again and tell you to get the hell up off her. Girl, we finna chew. I'm sorry. Carlee, we is finna chew. Okay? We is finna chew. Listen. Girl, it's the fact that the man sat up there and said that they did not find any details of you having a mental issue, ma'am. Girl, I said it's a wrap. It's done. It is done. And just hearing him trying to go around the fact that they are going to be pressing charges. First of all, if they weren't going to do anything, in my personal opinion, based on all the evidence that he has pretty much debunked from the time that she went missing, right before she went missing, the fact that they have debunked so much and they're still investigating, for me, lets me know that charges is on the way, dear. They're knocking. They're on the fucking way. And once they figure out where the fuck you really been, if you was not over there in no damn 18-wheeler and all of this other stuff that happened, because they didn't see nothing on their screen. So you talking about the man had orange hair and all. First of all, let's be honest, on the 911 call, it wasn't even giving convincing. For real. It really wasn't. It was not giving convincing to me. They on your ass. That's why this case is still open. And if you think that you're gonna lay your head down tonight and they're not gonna charge your ass, you might as well get ready to get charged the fuck up. Because when I say that they coming, they is coming. And they did their job. Girl, they got big balls now. And they did their job, especially when it came to a black girl. And you think they not on your ass. Girl, they be on people's ass for less. And you just sat up there and wasted resources that could have been used on another one of they little cute little blonde headed girl. They on your ass, ma'am. And it's a girl. And then it's the job that pretty much confirmed last night that some of this shit was true. But then want to put you all the way out there. They was gonna let the police do it. And when I tell you they chose violence, they came out and chose violence. Girl, we gonna play this again, okay? Because I'm probably gonna be pausing on the way through. Okay, we're going to play this again. But where you sat up there and it's all because you lie. I only give you a hard time because I can't go on and pretend like, bitch, I was standing on this side with your motherfucking... Girl, I'm off the fence now. I'm off the fence. Fuck all that, girl. It's giving Carlee red.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Girl, it was all a lie. It was all a lie. She lied.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Can I make this up, please? She made it up. At least that's what it's giving. Okay? And I still... Girl, bitch, you done did it now. Girl, you done did it now, bitch. Girl, anybody that was on your side, girl, we all skied to the other side, ma'am. Girl, this is the girl. Go ahead and get your ticket to Alaska while you over there looking for tickets to Nashville. Hello? Get on the train. Get on the train, girl. Go ahead and go over there to Alaska because it's not going to be good for you. Let me tell you something. The city been on your ass already. And they have been saying a lot of periodical leash. And as much as I wanted to feel like these people was lying, your mama came out and did a statement because she don't keep her mouth closed, honey. And when she's coming out making these statements, for me, it's giving, ma'am, you're slick validating some of the things that the people are out here saying. Are you okay? What's going on? Just be quiet. Just hush. Hush it up, girl. It's giving that it indeed was a scheme that she set up to come to America. Girl, come to the world with the bullshit. Because I feel like somebody over there in France or Africa was really over there pressed about you and what was going on. And you done sat your ass up here. And let me tell you, if you still team Carlee, that's fine. Just don't get in my comments with it. Because I don't want to hear it. Okay? Just don't get in my comments with it. I don't want to hear a goddamn thing. All right, the way these police officers just chewed her up. Don't be mad at the commentators and don't be mad at the commenters. Girl, you need to go over there and you need to chew up Darkwing Duck that came out there and let all of it out, okay? Do you hear what I say? He let it all out. Let it all hang the hell out. And let's, no, scoot back. Get up. Don't put your hands on me now. Let me tell you something. Don't put your hands on me. Because what you need to understand is this. Had Miss Girl never made this shit up, or has she never even tried to do this shit, we wouldn't have nothing to talk about today anyway. Girl, I would be on my merry way. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on talking about something else. Hello. Girl, I'll be talking about some other shit. So if you want to be mad at somebody, you want to throw somebody, you want to say some things, and y'all some flip-floppers, and girl, no. Who flipped and flopped? Who flipped and flopped? Carlee. Carleethia. Flipped and flopped. That's what it was giving. She flipped when she got her on that highway driving for them 6 football fields, because I'm going to forever remember that, because that's long for me. Okay, that's a long periodically field. Okay, so I'm going to forever remember that. So she flipped in and her ass fucked around and flopped. Okay, because they caught it. They caught it. So that's when you want to talk about fickle, talk about the Russells. It's giving fickle. Everybody talking but the brother. Brother over there like this. Daddy over there like this. Girl. Head just a going. Daddy don't know whether to say. Daddy don't know whether to nod his head or shake that bitch, okay? Because he don't know what the hell to do. He like, I mean, yeah, no, that ain't happened. Yeah, no, oh, yeah, of course she was adopted. No, she wasn't. Nigga up there sitting looking like, save me. That's what. Daddy up there looking like, save me, please. I'm only here because she told me to be here. You saw she pushed my ass off of it at the last press conference. I'm just trying to say less. Okay, I'm just here. The fuck, girl, no, ma'am. And I've been over here like, holding out hope, girl. I even put this on the aliens, bitch. Do you understand me? Girl, I even said the aliens came and got your motherfucking. Girl, now the aliens finna come get me because I'm over there playing on their damn top because you playing on ours. Girl, what the fuck? No, ma'am. And ain't nobody finna tell me shit. Okay? Miss Ma'am, Lied, and she gonna be taking the L for the rest of the year. Period. Because as y'all saw, the officers was frustrated, girl. That's what it's giving me. Okay. So, girl, I just listen. But what I can say, the officer said they ain't see nobody in the woods. So all y'all that was over there drawing y'all little figures, girl, where was the people at? Where was they at, girl? But we gonna go back. We gonna run it back. Because I feel like some of y'all also missed the audio because it was too low when we were on Facebook. But when we switched over to alabama.com, you can hear it much louder. But we gonna rewind that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna rewind that, girl. We gonna rewind that. But let me tell you, listen, this is the perfect time, in my opinion, for me to go ahead and really jump ship. I don't regret waiting for more details to come out before I sat up there and called her a liar or said anything. But baby, this man has said so much stuff for me. But you know what? I feel him though, because he also said, even though a lot of her story is showing to be not credible, he still wants to research the other half of what she said she went through in those 2 days because he does not know. So he can't necessarily speak to her lying about that because that part has yet to be investigated. But I told y'all this morning when I did a video, I said they're slowly discrediting her. Whatever they have researched, they're able to discredit to show, that she lied about some stuff, okay? And everybody like, oh, we ain't hearing that from Carlee. Who said that she was kidnapped? We keep hearing everything from the mama. Well, guess what, baby? The shit we did hear from Carlee was a lie. So can we at least say that she a liar from the front end and not the back? Because we don't know what the hell happened on the back end when she was over there with the people, okay? But what we can say is on the front end, girl, y'all gonna feel away in the comments, and I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all do down in their comments. But we are going to play this again, and if it's anything that pops up, I'm gonna pause Darkwing Duck, because that mother came out there like a thief in the night, ready to get some things together, and then it was the gag. Girl, when he sat up there and said, I talked to her parents earlier today, and I told him, when he said we, first of all, what that man said, they owe it to citizens to tell them what they know. First of all, y'all motherfuckers that was sitting up there talking about people are not owed anything. They don't owe y'all nothing. They don't owe y'all. They ain't got to tell y'all nothing. You sure? You sure? You sure about that? Because he just said they owe it. I wrote it, and he gonna say it again. They owe that to the people to tell them what they know. Hello? So what was it again? But the fact that he had to say we owe it to those people on a local, national, whatever scale, that for me, let me know that they did not want this press conference to happen. You okay? Hello? Are you there? Are you there? Now, see, I done jumped off the porch because I told y'all I was walking a thin line. At first, I was all the way over there in Carlee's yard. Then I got in the middle because some things wasn't making sense. Now that I'm no longer walking this thin line, bitch, I'm not going to protect not a goddamn thing. And I don't want to hear nobody coming in my comments talking about protect anything. I'll protect the next one. Yeah, because y'all love saying, oh my God, I feel like this happening to her is going to affect the next set of ladies that may go missing. No, it's not. No, it's not. Especially on my end. I might protect the next one, but this one, I'm done. I might protect the next one, but this one, I'm done. I might protect the next one, but this one, I'm done. I might protect the next one, but this one, I'm done. Okay, so let's go ahead. Girl, let's go ahead and let's press play. Let me go ahead and get into what he had to say again for the people.
Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me, stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll be working this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing. However, through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure.
This is why people were sitting out there saying that she was stealing. So now when you hear, first of all, I was seeing that floating on social media, right? And remember I told you, I was like, I don't know, probably not going to say that because like, I'm not, I don't think that's tasteful or whatever. I think that's distasteful. Well, he's coming to the front saying she took a bathrobe, some tissue. First of all, even though those might seem like small items at a spa, girl, everything is high. First of all, even before things got so expensive, that's their property that they're not going to want you to take if it was paid for with company money, period. So it is giving that you was taking that stuff. And then isn't he going to say something about trying to steal out the cash register with it going unnoticed? Like, and this right here be the gag, because you know when you have and this is so common to me in certain communities where you know they look like they living good. The daddy is like a vice president of I think he's like I don't know if he's a mortgage loan officer or a loan originator or something. He got like some big job with BBVA, and the mama doing real estate and other stuff. So it's like you think they're a really well off family, but girl, them be like facades a little bit based on how the people really be acting behind the scenes and stuff. Like she was coming from a great family, but then you over here trying to get in the register and stuff. Like what's going on? But again, these are the things that they found on her phone. All right, this is what they found in their investigation. That is a gag for me.
Food from Taziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel, up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
Play it, honey. Play it. It don't even sound believable for real, as I listen to it.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there is a kid just walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where on 459 are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the cover leg, like you got my next. Okay, so you're before the exit? Yes. Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Okay, towards 280. Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay, and was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound, or how old they like? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you go under with them? Are you still with them? Are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. Get out of the car. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on us? Yeah, sure, yeah. What kind of car are you in? I'm in a Mercedes-Benz. I mean, it's a sedan. Did you say anything? No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. I mean, one
Can I just say something real quick, y'all? As I'm thinking about her being in this car and her driving those 6 football fields down, and remember, I know I even thought about her likely being snatched up and maybe she wasn't in the vehicle and that somebody else probably was driving her car that far down. But if they inspecting your car, they would run DNA, and that likely would assist and help with them finding out who said person was. And they ain't even got that. So what's going on, ma'am? You know what I'm saying? Am I tripping?
Is a male or female? I think it's a little boy. Like male? Okay, so he's wearing clothes? Yes. What is he wearing?
Girl, she a different type of person.
It looks like a diaper.
Inside the pant like this.
And you don't see any cars anywhere? No, no cars anywhere. Okay. All right. What's your name? My name is Carlee Russell. You don't rush off from work. No, but I can't really see them that good. Okay, try to keep an eye on them for the best you can. Do they excuse you? No, she's not that I can't really see that look. Okay. All right. On the way. Just try to stay, keep an eye on them. Officers are on the way, okay?
First First of all, I just have to say, y'all, I done popped on Facebook and I just want y'all to know how messy my sorors are. Y'all, it's not funny. Okay, but they is messy. Oh, to be a Delta girl. Let's go ahead and keep going, girl. Oh, you finna get kicked out.
Relative, after speaking with the 911 operator, she went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage depicted this portion of the incident. That footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time.
The only call, Jesus.
No one has called.
So wait, let me say this too. Okay, let me say this again. A lot of the quote unquote rumors that people were putting out there based on what he's saying and their own investigation is proving to be that these people wasn't lying. Because these people were seeming like they had like an inside connect, and obviously they did. They must have had somebody that was either in the family and knew what was going on, or had somebody down at the Hoover Police Department that was kind of slick giving them the tea. But the rumors wasn't really rumoring, because it seems like some of them was probably, what did the spa say? Some were factual. Then they say some were factual and some not so much. Girl, that's what it was giving. Oh, this is so embarrassing, Jesus.
Missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in a vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight. 600 yards. The Hoover 911 center received a second call from Carlee's mother, stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched. Several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig.
No. This young lady, Carlee, is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. No, she's not.
Wig and cell phone in the
She's
grass
not a
near the
Delta.
vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover police deployed all available assets from the point.
So he just said she took the food but left her cell phone, as the people were already suspecting, left her cell phone and everything else, her wig. Girl, if I'm gonna take my food, bitch, I'm gonna take my wig too. Y'all can have the person. If I ain't gotta convince you that much that I gotta take my damn wig off my head to convince you that I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
As well as the items taken from her place of
Let me go back.
football fields straight. 600 yards. The Hoover 911 center received a second call from Carlee's mother, stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched. Several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch.
Now I need to know this, sir. I would like to know this, sir. Okay, I wish they was taking internet questions. So when y'all found the wig and you found the cell phone, on what side of the car was that those items found? Because the video that I saw, she got out from the driver's side and walked around to the passenger side. So when she got to the passenger side, did she then take off the wig in the phone call with the family member and screamed and dropped it and then moved over? Girl, I don't even know if she screamed no more. You know what I'm saying? And then dropped it. So I'm just wondering, what happened? Was it on? Did she do it as soon as she got out the car? She just took that wig off and dropped it, or did she do it on the other side so that the people that's driving on the highway would not necessarily see what she was doing on that side of her car as she left?
In the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car.
Oh, the food was in the
items
car.
she purchased from
Tzatziki was in
Target,
the car. Okay.
As well as the items taken from her place of employment were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around
I'm confused. Wait, sir.
The items she purchased from Target, wig, and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle.
Okay.
Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle
Okay.
with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car.
Tzatziki's in the car.
The
Okay.
items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene.
So she took, y'all, the bathrobe from the job. She took the toilet paper, okay, the roll of tissue from the job. She took the granola bars and the cheeses. And you left your tzatziki's. Did you eat your tzatziki's in the car? I mean, I get like that sometimes too, girl, with tzatziki's is just too good that I just get to chewing up in the car. So I'm just like, I mean, was it like, did the food look touched or was it untouched or what was going on with that? It's not relevant. I'm just trying to figure out how you take snacks over a meal unless you already ate the damn meal, girl. Let's keep going.
Hoover police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, Hoover 911 center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot.
Right.
In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claimed he then forced her into a car. And the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she did not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, it was put.
So now my question is, if this indeed happened and she continues to stand by her statements, then what was the status of her hair as y'all saw her approach the front door of her house? Was it still braided down as her mom said it would be? Or was it unplaited? What was going on? Because if the hair's still braided, how was the lady playing with your hair? I mean, if they Caucasian girl, they look try to touch her hair, it'd be like this. But anyway, what did she do? Did she grease your scalp? I'm just trying to understand what was she doing with your head when all of this was going on. And how did your head look as you approached your mama now?
Back in the vehicle, she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right
$107 cash
sock.
Wait.
Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's.
That's interesting. Did I hear that right? Did he say when she got to the house she had $107 of cash in her sock? But they stripped you naked, so did they give you the money back? Or maybe when you was leaving, you were able to, snag that money and then head out, with the cash. I'm just trying to figure out how, calculator's not working.
Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest.
This is what I wanted to say. This is why I feel like the family could have possibly, allegedly, whatever, lawyered up. Based on how they did the interview, I already told y'all it felt like they already had like a lawyer, probably a family friend or whatever this, was giving them statements and preparing them for the interview. But yeah, because they had been in communication. They knew all the details that the police knew, even though they weren't necessarily speaking out or whatever the case was. It just makes sense to me, because why else would you really need one? If you know that your child likely fabricated something, like that's the only thing that makes sense. And in all honesty, leaning into her mental would kind of save her from possibly being, having to face charges for this situation. Maybe that's why mama put emphasis saying she been through a lot physically and mentally in that interview. A lot of people were saying mental issues. Good. Let me press play. Was it? I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe she had a break. Maybe it was something that she didn't know she had that existed, and it just happened on that night. I don't. Uh-oh. My bad, y'all. Let me go back.
Badgley boots it high, but it's.
I gotta go back. Sorry, y'all. Let me go back. I think we were like right up in here, possibly. Get that some time to come up.
The items she purchased from Target as well.
Yeah, I think we're
and looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. Those searches all turned up empty.
All the searches turned up
Private
empty.
citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, again looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, Hoover 911 Sonny receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claimed he then forced her into a car. And the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a bald spot in the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave questions.
So wait, she was put in the 18-wheeler, escaped the 18-wheeler, then put into a car and taken back? Not that it's impossible, but at this point, it is giving a movie. Like, what? I have to just hear a little more, y'all. I'm sorry.
And fled on foot, only to be captured again and then put in a car.
And put in a car.
She was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave questions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence.
Y'all, this is full of shit. Like, I'm just gonna call it think or this full of shit. It don't make sense. Like, I have never been in her position or any woman that's been missing to know what their true state of mind is. But understanding that she's in the nursing field, and things. I mean, just human nature, right? If this happened to you, I would think you would want to give the police as much detail as possible to have this person or these people captured. And it's the fact that she came back on Sunday. We're about to go into Thursday, and they have yet to have a follow-up conversation with this young lady. That's not flowing. It's giving family buying time to get a story together and make sure she fully understands it. I'm trying. It's not, girl, what? It's not adding up. It's not adding up. Like, we could see her leaving the vehicle, but we didn't see nobody else. First of all, it wasn't even no baby on the highway. We didn't see none of that in the video. And we can see you leaving the video, but we don't see nobody coming out grabbing you up, like you said. And then, girl, I'm just going to listen. Go. Outdone.
During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail.
Somebody said that they don't believe the parents were a part of a hoax. And I'm with you. I don't necessarily believe that they were a part of it, like initially or anything. But my question does come up as they learn the things that the detective knows. They could have likely went into protective mode if things are sounding to them how it's sounding to us. Does that make sense? Like, that's what I'm thinking. They probably did. They probably went into protective mode with that, which is buying her time. Shouldn't have had his talk.
Giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to her disappearance, I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term "you have to pay for an Amber Alert" was searched.
Y'all, July 11th. She went missing on Thursday evening, right? On the 13th. So on Tuesday, this is what they found. But I was not clear, right? This was a search that was found on her phone from that Tuesday. So 2 days prior. I was not clear on whether he said it was relevant to the case or whether he said it was irrelevant to the case. Did y'all make out what he said with that? I'll go back just in case anybody else missed it.
July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to her disappearance, I think are very relevant to this case.
He said they are very relevant
On
to
July
this case.
11th at 7:30 a.m., the term "you have to pay for an Amber Alert" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term "how to take money from a register without being caught" was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term "Birmingham Bus Station" was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the
Taken,
maximum
y'all.
age of an Amber.
Taken. It's definitely giving a planned situation. Like it's not making sense. How do you search an Amber Alert? Then you search up this movie Taken or whatever the case is. You search up all of this stuff. Then you claim that you saw a child, right? And then you just so happen that week to be snatched up as you've been researching this type of stuff about how to go missing and how to get a bus, ticket to somewhere else and all of this other stuff. And you just so happen to be snatched up. So with that, it makes whatever happened within 48 hours questionable because so much has been told to us that's being found to be not true on the front end. Girl, what? That's wild to me. That's wild. So I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude or disrespectful, but it's hard to not think that with the family knowing these details, they're not in some shape or form trying to protect her in some sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. I'm that's just, they may not have known on the front end, but girl, on the back end. And then it's given, of course, like I said, it's given planned because you pulled up all of these details, and then by 2 days later, girl, and it's so funny to me because it seems like you be operating in this 48 time window, 48 hours before you end up going off the grid and then returning another 48 hours later, girl. And not the first 48. Girl, you done got me tired. Girl, you done got me tired, honey. You done wore me out.
Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy,
I
we will
converted.
not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but not been granted that request.
Do you
As you can
hear
see,
what he's saying? They asked to interview this woman a second time and they ain't been granted that opportunity. And I can't help but think of possibly having a lawyer or something. I can't help but think, that that's a possibility. And they haven't been granted that opportunity. Somebody's standing in their way. That's just what is given to me. Like, girl, this right here, this is sad. This is sad, girl. This is a lifelong embarrassment.
there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case.
Did
Thank
y'all
you very
hear
much.
what this man just said? Girl, when I talk about chose violence is what they chose because they was not playing with Carlee. Like, girl, you don't play with us enough, and we finna show you we're not gonna play with you no more.
But only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say,
But they
is
can
we've been
say,
unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you.
do you hear me, girl? So now they feel like you lying, and if the more that you go on not trying to speak to them or give them anything to go off of, girl, it's a wrap. I don't know what else to tell you, dear, aside from this being a wrap. Wow. Girl, you should be ashamed of yourself. These people just pretty much, in a way, debunked your whole story of what happened within the 48 hours because of so much of your discredibility on the front end. They really don't believe you, but they also made sure the public knew the reason why they feel that way was because they have not been granted another opportunity to speak with you. Girl, when I tell you, if you thought social media was on your ass this weekend, girl, they finna drag you till August 1st. They finna drag you till August 1st. Do you hear me? Girl, I hope your daddy got a door to his office with no window so he can go in there and close the door and make people knock before they come in there so he can act like he ain't in there anyway. Matter of fact, I hope he worked from home so he ain't got to even get on the call like that and he could just join like this on the Zoom. That's what I'm hoping, because talk about an embarrassment. Girl, I'm for real. Like, this man came in like Darkwing Duck, chose violence, and chewed the whole family up. Then told the mama we had to have these conversations. Girl, I talk to the family on a regular and let them know we have to tell the public. Okay, because remember, that's what y'all said now. Y'all said the people wasn't obligated to no tea, right? He said they owe it to the citizens to tell people what they know. I just want to remind y'all what he said, because even they felt that they were obligated to let the folks know what the hell going on. Okay. And we're going to get into what the questions are that the people have for him. And let me say, this right here was one of the best press conferences, because I have sat and watched so many, and they be like, we can't answer that. We can't provide you that. Baby, this is how you do a press conference. Even if said victim or whatever is not willing to give y'all nothing, tell us what the fuck you know. Tell us what you know. And let me tell you something, Miss Mama, come to the front. Mama Russell, how you doing? Come to the front, have a seat. Have a seat. I ain't gonna keep you long. No, you're not gonna be here as long as you was over there at the Today Show. But I'm gonna tell you that Today Show is what got your ass in this coffin right now. Okay, not literally, ma'am. I don't mean it like that, but I'm just saying though. Okay, that's what got you tired. Not only did Carlee do it, but I feel like when you did that interview, and if I was your attorney, and I'm not, but if you need a little piece of advice, I could have just told you, what I'm saying, just to give you a little something. You shouldn't have did that, because the moment you sat up there trying to give classy bass on that screen and coming up there talking about the case, but then want to say you can't talk about the case, ma'am, they said you done tried to speak. You done sat up here and you still want to talk about it's an abductor out there. See me tomorrow at 2:30, bitch. See me, See me tomorrow at 2:30. We on your ass. Like, I feel like if our mama would have never gave no statement, it would have never been that then. We probably would have waited until they probably would have waited till Friday till they at least got more from her. But girl, you did that. And first of all, let's talk about it. Because first of all, I've been talking about Carlee since she went missing. Hello? But when that interview came out that the mama did, you saw all these other people popping up with videos talking about it. Okay. So yes, ma'am, that interview set the internet for sure ablaze. Because if it was blazed over there on the on the Facebook or whatever, it wasn't quite yet blazed on the YouTube. But that interview is what got the fire motherfucking started, and it applied additional pressure. And them people needed to come out and they needed to give a statement. And you thought you was gonna be the only person that was gonna come out here and play tennis. Girl, you want to play against the wall. They say you're gonna have to play us. You know what I'm saying? So it was given, walk, your turn, bitch. What you got? It don't seem like you got too much, honey, because they on your ass, ma'am. I hate this for you, because y'all probably really didn't do nothing. And I can't tell you as a mama not to protect your child. Like, that's your kid. You held that baby for all the months and gave birth and took care of him and all of that. So I can't tell you not to do those things, But, ma'am, you should have sat that one out. Because that then you contradicted yourself right there. I can't talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. She came in the house looking like this, and my state of mind was like that. But when it comes to the case, I can't talk about it. But you could give us a statement. Ma'am, don't give us nothing. Don't give us anything. And then what else hurts you in my personal? Yesterday, about 4:00, you gave another statement. You gave another statement that appeared to be mixed with what you had to say, as well as your attorney. And then you said that you won't be bullied. Darkwing Duck said, you ain't? You're not gonna be? You're not gonna be? Yeah, I bet you we talk to Carlee by Friday though. What's up though? I bet you we have a conversation with her then. What? You ain't gonna be bullied by who? Bet. Not a problem. Not a problem. Watch how we coming. And that's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. Girl, them people came out. You shouldn't have made that. It probably was that 4:00 statement you made. Because you did the interview that morning that dropped. Then by that afternoon, you couldn't just let the day ride because you had to say something. And that's why your husband be sitting over there like, be one to tell you, chill the hell out. But you done knocked his head so damn loose. He just don't know what the fuck. He just, she gonna do it anyway because that's just how she is. Like, I'm just, okay, well, I told her not to do it, but she just, girl, that's what it's giving. I know he was like, girl, don't even try. Don't even put that up there. But you just had to be the spokesperson for the fam and put that out there. And they say, okay, bitch. These are details we know then. How about that? These are details we know. And what else we know? We know we're going to be going live from the police station at 2:30 to tell additional information. Because, girl, this was definitely additional. They gave us a little sneak peek on last night when I came live and talked to y'all about it. But on today, no, ma'am. Girl, they gave us the full movie. Girl, they gave us the full movie. I know your daughter knows something about that when she was up there researching, but let me go ahead and press play, girl. Because there's more to the movie.
Thank you very much.
With that, open the floor for some questions. Just raise your hand and I will call on you. Carol.
Chief, do you expect any charges against Carlee Russell in connection with?
Let me put the, they don't have the closed caption. She's asking whether he's going to
Right
press the
now,
charges.
our focus is to determine those 49 hours, so the investigation continues. So to be perfectly honest with you, that hasn't even in our mind or been discussed. Well, I think the family has stated to us that they didn't think that in her mental state right now, because of trauma of the incident, that she's not ready to talk, is what we've been told.
Stated that the abductor had orange hair. Was this abductor black male? Was it female? Black female? White female?
I believe it's a white male. Am I correct by saying that? Was it ever? Yeah, white male.
Alleged abductor yet?
Can I just say that Carlee will go down in history for real? Y'all know how there have been cases where white women have alleged crimes and then was quick to say that it was a black person that did it, only to find out they was lying. Girl. Woo. Interesting, honey. Interesting. She done came out and put it on them folks. Well, I mean, at least she ain't put it on one of the brothers, girl. At least she ain't put it on one of them, honey.
So.
Yes, ma'am.
Chief Brigadier of WBRC, has a toxicology report been done, and were any drugs or illegal substances found in her system?
We have no report of that.
Is any indication of mental illness in this case?
Not that I'm aware of.
There's been this turned out not to be a true story. That the next time a young woman of color was missing, that it might not be taken seriously. How would you respond to that?
I'd respond to say that we investigate every crime to the fullest, just like we have this one.
Was she traveling with anyone specific?
Not to my knowledge.
Chief, I know you said you were able to verify a lot of aspects of the story. Where do you think she went? How would you characterize what
You know, that's the $100 question. You know, we pretty much know exactly what took place from the time she left work until she got on the 911 call. We can see getting out of the car on the interstate from that footage. And after that, I think she only knows. We don't know.
One quick follow-up for parents. If you speak with Carlee's parents, why do you think it is that you're so adamant as an doctor?
Yeah, I think parents are believing what their daughter's saying, and we've had a very good rapport with the parents, met with them on several occasions. I've talked to them today a few times, and to make them understand that we're under pressure from our community, not only in our community of the state, but nationally when the story hit. And I just wanted them to understand that today we were going to have a press conference, and what we were going to detail today are facts. And everything that I've told you today is actual facts. It's not innuendos. It's not what I think. It's not what these detectives think. It is the factual information that we have.
They was not ready, baby. They was not ready.
Well, I think our detectives have talked to the parents, and we're ready. We're ready to talk as soon as she's ready.
Ooh.
So, you know, she called right now. We're ready.
So what they're doing is letting y'all know, one, the family didn't really want this to happen, is what I'm gathering from what he's saying, because he said I owe it to these people, so I have to tell them something. I got to do a press conference and I got to give them the facts. So she already had their heads up on that. And then he's also letting y'all know, on our end, we're not holding up squat. They are. It's her that's not willing to talk to us. That's what he's trying to make sure y'all know, okay? So when y'all place y'all blame, y'all better not put it on the Hoover Police Department. That's what he's saying. We did our job this time, girl. All right. So that's what I'm just telling you. This is how I'm processing it.
How about unknown? You know, we know the facts that we have. Everything else is unknown at this time.
What have the past few days been like for you, your department? This has been a stressful search.
Well, absolutely. And again, the focus of the investigation that Thursday when she went missing, of course, the focus was to get Carlee home. That's what we want all. We wanted her safe and sound.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all happened. And then, of course, this has gotten to be not only a local state story, but a national story. So, you know, it is. It's a lot of stress on everyone in the Hoover Police Department, and the mayor. to every citizen here. We want to know the truth. I wouldn't say I'm frustrated. I mean, I'm very happy that Carlee's home. That was the main ingredient here, and then we'll figure it out. I promise you that we'll end up figuring it out. Yeah, we haven't had time to consider that, but it's again, these detectives that are here, this is just a small group of people that have been associated with this case. We have put every available resource that we have on this case because we wanted to make sure that we found out everything. We wanted to get her home, and we have. Not that I'm aware of.
People from the state, federal resources brought in, what were they doing exactly as well we're searching for?
Sure. A lot of the from the FBI side,
Here go the resources now.
several agents helping us interview. I mean, as you well know, a case like this, especially when it goes national, we got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of calls. And when you get those calls, some of them may just be outlandish, but you got to follow up on them because you never know that you may get that one tidbit. And I'd also say too that we had a great cooperation with the family. The family received hundreds and hundreds of tips, and every time they got a tip, they sent it to us. No, we have not determined that. No.
Question for Chief: with all of the searches that you mentioned, Chief, that were on Carlee's phone, does that kind of give you an indication of her mind state during this ordeal, 48 hours?
Yeah. Well, again, we want to talk in facts, and I do think it's highly unusual to the day that someone gets kidnapped, that several 7 hours or 8 hours before that they're searching the internet, Googling the movie Taken about an abduction.
Exactly.
I find that very very strange. Yes.
Yeah, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, we do not know. Absolutely not.
Can you explain for us? You mentioned that while at least Carlee was on the front line of one, she was traveling 6 football fields, which tells you what?
Which tells me that I've had kids, and I'm sure a lot of people here have, and it's very, very, again, she said it. I'm not saying it couldn't happen because I've always been one of these guys, never say never, but 6 football fields. I like athletics, I like football. 6 football fields. To think that a toddler, barefoot, that could be 3 or 4 years old, is going to travel 6 football fields without getting in the roadway, without crying, without any just moving down. It's just very hard for me to understand.
He's not lying.
We did not see, from what we can tell, we don't see anybody on the interstate other than her car and then someone getting out of her driver's side. We have sent that off to the FBI for enhancement. It has not been returned.
Do you think in this case that charges will be forthcoming towards Carlee Russell, and how serious crime is it to not only fabricate a 911 call, but to lie to law enforcement during investigation?
Well, again, that's not something that we've been discussed since we're going through the still investigation. But people have to understand that when someone says something like this, we put every available resource. Everybody comes together, from, like I say, state, local, federal. It's just a lot of work, and gentleman earlier said frustrated. I mean, it is a little frustrating to think that all this has been done and we can't find anything out.
Exactly.
No, not to my knowledge.
All right, last question here. Is this investigation held up until you can speak once again, Carlee Russell?
Well, there's a few things that we're still doing, but obviously we want to talk to Carlee as soon as we can and do an in-depth interview. And at that time, I think we'll have these investigators doing some other things. So
that's all the questions we're going to answer.
All right, y'all. So those are all of the questions at this time. But I do want to switch over And I want to check out so y'all know I brought to y'all attorney Eric Guster's opinions earlier this week, and a lot of people felt the way. They felt like he was like discrediting her and everything, and it's not right, it's not fair. Why would you let him discredit her or use your platform for that or whatever, girl? Then what you gonna say about the damn police that then came to the front and they pretty much discredited her story so far? Right. But I want to see what he has to say about this whole situation. So let's get into him. Uh-oh. Now he laughing, child.
I'm attorney Eric Guster with Guster Law Firm based in Birmingham, Alabama. I am a lawyer and a legal analyst. For those of you who don't know,
you better promote your business.
Practicing Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
And we're talking about this Carlee Russell case.
And just the FYI,
just gave an update.
For anybody questioning, he was previously a criminal defense attorney, and now he does injury law. Okay, so if anybody like, how you gonna speak? You in injury law? Well, he has a history in working in criminal.
And I'm gonna sit here for a minute.
Now he wiping himself off because he was right from the beginning. Girl, what?
This was exactly what Eric Guster told you.
He right.
This was see, even I do this for a living. I'm a lawyer, and I'm a good one. I do this for a living, and I would never, ever, ever put my reputation on the line for some bullcrap. I run 2 7-figure per year companies, and I would never risk my reputation and my money for clicks and likes. This is what I do. And I told you all of this way back when. Whole week.
Yeah.
Now let's break this. This was
he said it Friday.
We don't have to really talk very long. We don't have to talk very long, but there are a few things that stuck out. The mayor said, I want to share this now so our community would be put at ease. That's when I knew, like, Guster, you were right. It ain't gonna lie. I've consistently been quite nervous about what was going to happen on this.
Girl, he is a petty attorney.
Because anytime in legal analysis, anytime you go on TV or you make a statement, you have a risk of being wrong. And that I've been doing this for 10 years. So there's always a risk, and people who are jealous of your position or don't like you, they are waiting for you to mess up. So of course, there's been a level of nervousness, pressure been up a little bit. I know my doctor's paying attention, but of course, no, these aren't these are Cheez-Its. Get it right. These are Cheez-Its because I have 2 children, and we keep snacks, and I'm almost sure these came from Target because we get those children on over my shoulder right there. I can't point because those are my children right there. We keep snacks, but let's talk about it.
He is so petty.
That girl stole tissue paper? I have a question. I want to know where you going that you gotta steal some poop paper, girl? Where are you going where you stole the rope? Now, I ain't gonna lie, those spirals be nice, though.
He is so petty.
Those spirals be nice. They be soft and they
if you don't move forward
and all that kind of stuff. Hold on, my office is calling me.
He is so petty.
Oh, tell them I'm on live.
Not you telling your office to go tell them you on live. Excuse me.
I promise you I was going to do this after the and I've had media ask me, and I said, no, I promise my people I'm going to talk to them first, and then I'll come in and I'll talk to y'all after that. Okay. All right. Spa robes are nice. And old girl stole toilet tissue, some poop paper, bathrobe from her, concealed it from her job, which is theft of property.
As they were saying.
Then went to
this is
Target
crazy.
and got granola bars. We didn't know about the granola bars. I ain't a big fan of granola bars. I ain't got to buy none of those for my house. And cheeses. And drove 600 yards with her blinkers, which I said it looked like a half mile or something. It's interesting that he used a football yard analogy. That's what we do in law. I say, man, it was like we went to the football field or whatever. She drove 600 yards saying that this child was running next to her car. I love Alabama State University.
Oh, come on,
That's my
ASU.
school.
Come on, Alabama
I don't know if
State.
we can go get this boy on an NIL deal with the baby who's running next to a car for 600 yards.
Make sure y'all see that.
And probably not breaking a sweat. I got questions. And then she got to the other part I told y'all. The other part I told. This is a good part. This is a good part. I told you when people do things like this. Hold up.
Tell us.
I'm gonna have a very good time. I'm gonna have a good time with this. I love this topic because nobody was hurt, and it's so freaking crazy. Man, I can't even. This is a comment I want. So they try and say she got that good because that spot probably got some good old paper. That's a good 280 spot. They had that good quadruple ply, soft to the touch paper. So she had to get that good paper wherever she was going. But they stated that she bought a bus ticket to Nashville, a one-way bus ticket to Nashville. And as I told you before, they will check internet searches, and her dumb self then went and watched the movie Taken. Eric Gusta told y'all people do stuff in the movies because they think that's real.
Hold on, wait. I thought she was just looking up the tickets. Did she actually purchase the tickets to Nashville? Let me know in the comments.
Isn't that what Eric Gusta told you? She watched the movie Taken, was doing internet searches, how to take money from a cash register, and other online bus ticket purchases. 2 searches for how Amber Alerts work. Like, you ain't get no burner phone for this? And so what Hoover was doing, what I told you to be very, very patient with him about, they have to check all of this stuff. They have to check all of this to make sure that their investigation is real. And like the going to classic shop police chief, well, I mean, that dude, I told y'all they're gonna have that. They're gonna be fresh. And he was. He said, we have no reason to believe there's a threat to public safety. Now, y'all go back and tag all those folks who tried to, I ain't even gonna worry about the people who tried to talk trash about me. It is what it is. There is no threat to public safety, which I knew that because they did not issue anything. They knew early that this is bullcrap. And so what people do, and like I mentioned before, what people do is they think that they outsmarting the system. So they watch these things that are on movies to emulate what they think would actually work. And she followed the movie script. Because people follow, though some of you may not have seen, people follow movie scripts and they think that the movie script is going to work. This is how somebody went missing, and then this would happen. So let me plan mine. So she got that spend-a-night bag. I'm convinced it was a spend-a-night bag in her car, and the spend-a-night bag had the granola bar and the cheeses, because she left the Tzatziki's, because if she took it, they would have known that she was not kidnapped. So she left the Tzatziki's, but she got the snacks, and she had a bathrobe for her sneaky link and a toilet paper to wash her booty. And then let's get to the story. Did y'all hear the story? She told these people. Hoover knew the first day. People ask me, when did you think that Hoover did not know? When do you think Hoover knew there was a lie? I'm gonna tell you when I thought Hoover. I'm gonna tell you when Hoover thought it was a lie. When this girl said she saw a baby, got out of the car, a man came out the trees, made her go over a fence. Girl, you talking about that doesn't happen. I'm going to kidnap you and put you over this fence, make you go through the woods, keep you in a trailer. That's what happens in the movies. Keep you in a trailer, and they were blindfolded, but they didn't tie up my wrist because she would have had. Hold on. She said, great point. They did not want to tie up my wrist because they did not want to leave a mark. That is a second. Whoever was taking a statement from Hoover, this is what they were doing. They were sitting back like this. Okay, so description, please. He was a white male. Okay, a white man. Okay, tell me about it. He had orange hair. Orange, like Ronald McDonald orange, or like you had a bad hair color orange. What kind of orange was it? Well, probably bright orange. Oh, okay, bright orange. Okay, bright racing cars at 5 a.m. orange hair. Okay. Tell me what else about him. Well, what did they make you do? A man came out of trees. Okay, that can happen. A man came. This is a detective now. A man came out trees, and he made me run through the woods. Okay, run through the woods, and he made me jump over a fence. Dick probably did like this. Wait. Jump over what fence? He made me jump over fence. Okay, I'm gonna write this down for my notes. Jump over fence. And they took me to a trailer, 18-wheeler trailer. Okay, that's what. And that is right in here is when the detective was like, man, this boy be my day off. No, we on this bullshit. That's when the detective probably cussed. That's when, at that moment, the detective probably. Oh, and by the way, somebody put my Gussie Law Firm Google link in here because when I announced this that she was lying on Sunday, people went in there and Google, your Gussie ain't ish. You ought to be ashamed. Put my Google link and ask people, please go to my Google page and give me a good rating, please. Give me 5 stars.
They gave him bad
people
ratings.
Just trying to come out my business when I told y'all Sunday that this was a lie and y'all wasting your time.
Egg on their face.
Back to the detective. Maybe jump over fence. Okay, jump over fence. Okay. 18-wheeler. Okay, 18-wheeler. So you jumped over fence and you got your big old self up in the 18-wheeler guy? Yes, that's how it happened. Okay, that's cool. Let me turn the page to the rest of the notes. Okay, and they blindfolded me. This is some TV stuff.
Told y'all.
This is some TV stuff. They blindfolded me, and I heard a woman's voice, but I never saw her. You were there for 2 days and you ain't never see her? Okay, heard a woman's voice, and never saw her. Okay. And I was blindfolded. Man. And played in the hair song. And they fed me cheese crackers. This is the most movie plot, taking the movie stuff I've ever heard. That's why Hoover PD was not out there searching this weekend.
Mm.
That's why Hoover PD did not make any statements, because they knew. And while we're here, what do you think the plot of the movie? What's the name of the Tubi movie that's gonna make this? Because somebody already working on Tubi saying, "Let me go through the woods and let me climb my big old self over this fence, and I'm gonna climb up in the 18-wheeler, and I'll be tied up in the cab of an 18-wheeler that's about this big, and y'all gonna feed me some cheese crackers, not tie up my hands because they did not want to leave marks on my hands." They did not want to leave marks on my hands. and like they said, there is nothing else to talk about. And she has not made herself available for questioning. She has not made herself available for questioning. And that says a lot. And then you've been kidnapped. How you have $107 in your sock? I wonder how much she took from work. I wonder how much she took from work.
I didn't think of that.
And the $107 of what she had left. And that was all that was left. $107 in her right sock. And I promise you, $107 in cash. I promise you.
Oh.
Hoover left that interview and they said no. Now, of course, they had to go out and search for evidence, because evidence that a crime occurred. A crime could be calling in a false police report. It could be conspiracy. It could be all kinds of things. But if she, we don't know if she got the bus ticket and went to Nashville. I got a bunch of questions now. She got a bus ticket and went to Nashville. I wonder, did she do that? Because she purchased it one way. Well, they wouldn't know if she came back. They never mentioned that she bought a return ticket. So maybe she did not take the bus to Nashville, but she was searching the bus. She went to the Beyonce concert. Show did. If that girl went to see Beyonce,
I cannot.
Beyonce was in Nashville that weekend, and y'all said that. Man, if she went to Beyonce, Beyonce was that weekend in Nashville, and folks were joking about that. But she bought a one-way ticket to Nashville. Man, she was over here behaving. She was there. She was over there. She went up. She bought a one-way.
Listen, at this point, any damn thing is possible.
She went to see Beyonce. This is speculative. This is 100% speculative. But the facts, like I told you, I only stick with the facts. She bought a one-way ticket to Nashville. Beyonce was in Nashville that weekend. And like I mentioned before, they will comb through every piece of evidence. They're going to comb through, and they said the investigation is not over. And there are a lot of things that they did not mention. And let me tell you this. There are a lot of things they did not mention. They did not mention how they believe she left. Because what they were doing is they were giving facts. So if they are doing her internet searches, they're probably already pulling her internet searches off her phone and her work internet search. This goes at work, planning her taking Tubi movie. And She's at work doing the internet searches. She done stole from these folk good, nice spa. And
that's a lot of charges.
That's crazy. And several things that the mayor mentioned was he was talking about the fear that this story created. And that's the thing that I was paying attention to.
It kind of seemed like
I don't know what time the
that.
Beyonce concert was. Maybe she couldn't afford a ticket. I don't know. That's a very good question. Because she got that Saturday night. She may have gone and it was too hot. You know what, guy? Okay. This guy with Channel 13. She may have planned to go, but the block was too hot because she thought she'd just go missing in it's Jefferson County and Hoover, but her face was all over CNN like she slapped Donald Trump or something. She was not banking on that. Her face was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably very tough for her to move at that point because she was in trouble. She knew that she was in trouble because her face was everywhere. So she probably freaked out. She probably like totally wigged out. And do me a favor, if you are learning something from this live, go to my Google page, Augusta Law Firm at 9964 Parkway East. Give me 5 stars, please. Because people have been attacking my business when I said this was a lie on Sunday morning, 12 hours after I gave her 12 hours to be home. Then I posted that this was a lie, and folks came at me and my money.
Let me see if you got anything else.
I'm gonna talk comments. Man, the comments come in. Yes, she's a thief. She's a thief. She was on video shoving things in her purse that did not belong to her.
So they got her on video with this?
Yes, so that nice bathroom.
Well, I guess so.
And she had them granola bars. I wonder what kind of granola bars. What's the little?
It don't matter.
The little crunchy ones that come in. Hit it because she was blindfolded, but her wrists weren't tied because they did not want to leave marks on those AKA wrists.
Oh, baby, good night.
My wife has on her AKA shirt today, and I just been ragging like, "What your sorrow out here doing?"
Ooh.
And let's talk
about yikes.
Don't forget the tissue sober. She drives Benz.
Right, that's crazy. That's crazy. I just wanted to hear real quick what he had to say about this overall situation, y'all. This right here is some crazy tea here. I just wanted to get some of his thoughts. But yeah, we done played the press conference twice. I done broke it down, giving my commentary about it. I think I might let maybe 3 people, if y'all want to hop on, if y'all are able to, just to share your thoughts about this, and then we'll go ahead and probably end this live. I think I put it in the chat. I don't know. I thought I put it in the chat. But yeah, she definitely did. She did bring it on herself. Like, y'all, this is some crazy mess. This is crazy that you slick sat up here and concocted all of this. Girl, I was having hope. I really was. I was out here like, nah, I'm away. I'm gonna wait till we get more. I'm away. I don't want to have, you know what I'm saying? And I am glad that I waited. And then now when we hear from the actual police, okay, actually being credible, letting us know exactly how they what's really going on and how they feel, girl, it definitely changed the perspective. And I appreciate all of the details that he dropped in there. What's going on, Just Jazzy? How are you? Can you cut me down just a little bit?
Yeah, because I'm like, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I'm good. Yeah, no, I think my biggest issue with this is there are a lot of people who are still missing. So you doing this is not gonna look good for our community, even though we're constantly being snatched, and it's not gonna look good for I can extend it to domestic violence. Like, They're not gonna want to believe anybody when they come and telling them that something is wrong, and you didn't got us. I was up praying, and ma'am, you was somewhere in Tarjay stealing. Like, I don't understand what, ma'am.
Now, well, she was in Tarjay purchasing, is what it sounds like. But at her job is where it appears that she was allegedly taking the items, like
Oh,
the
okay, I got you.
bathrobe and the tissue and
But you
possibly
said
money
all
out
of
the
it.
register.
So you done took from the company, you done took from our time and our prayers that somebody else needed that you did not need. I just feel bamboozled, befuddled. Like, it's sad because I know people that I went to school with who they have been missing and are still missing. And I live in St. Louis. They still haven't been found.
Wow.
So while
Sorry to hear that.
you doing this, it's other people out here that really need that manpower behind a case being solved, and you just wasted the people time and prayers and emotions, and they still missing while you at home with your family and they helping you lie.
I'm with you on that. What's going on, in my opinion?
All right, Miss Jamie, I'm gonna go ahead and head out.
Okay. All right. Thanks for
Thank you,
coming
I
up.
appreciate it.
Of course. Hey,
Hi,
in my
Jamie.
opinion, how are you?
Girl, I'm fine. Let me tell you something. You know I'm from Alabama. My husband was telling me the whole time. He was like, you know she lying. And I was like, no, we don't know she lying. I was right there with you. I was holding out hope. I was like, I know she ain't lying. But traveling 459 as much as I do, he had some points. He was like, it's dark out there, it's woody. Who gonna see a baby that far away? I was like, no, she can't be like she 25. She gotta know Alabama got them cameras everywhere. Like, man, that's how they get you the tickets from going in and out of town. I'm like, man, stop. She cannot be lying on this road that travels to Atlanta, Tuscaloosa, and Dallas. Like, that's the same highway you would travel to get to all these places. Why would she lie?
Man, I told you she knows no cameras on that highway.
She had to have not known.
You could tell
she drove right into the shot. Drove right into the shot.
And no, not her going to the Beyonce concert, boy. I had my husband laugh. He was like, so she lied to go to Beyonce.
Listen, I'm like, anything is possible at this point, because I don't know what the hell. I feel bamboozled too, like a lot of the people been saying. So I don't know anything.
Well, you know the reason why Hoover is finna go hard on her is because those residents really rallied around and took the family food. They took them everything. They was really uplifting her because they thought something had really happened to her.
Oh, child, this is gonna be a mess. It's gonna be
And
more stories coming out.
That's the majority of the white area. So, and it's them rich people. Like, you can't go over there and rent, and your kids still go to that good school. You got to actually have your name on a deed to go to their schools.
Yeah,
like
I
I
saw most of their neighbors were not Black. They were pretty much all white. But they've been the ones that still been supportive. I would like to know if they still gonna be standing outside their house tonight.
No, they ain't supportive no more.
That's an embarrassment. Hold on one second. We have somebody else up here too. Hey, Miracle.
Hey, Jamie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What are your thoughts about this?
I was like you. Like, I did not want to say that she was lying. You know, the story, it was iffy from the beginning because I'm like, once you call the police and then you called your sister-in-law, baby, my sister-in-law would have been like, don't you get your ass out that car. So that was already like, why did you get out the car? And then, like, the press conference, my mouth was just on the floor. Because as she started, like, saying how far she drove, because I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch the video on the highway because that stuff be real eerie to me. And people was in the comments claiming they could see the shadows and you could see where she was grabbed. And I did not want to see that. So I was like, I'm not watching this video. But when he broke it down in the conference and talked about how far she had drove before she even got out of the car, I was like, no, sis. And then by the time we got to the search history, I was like, okay. But I was very much like you. I was like, I'm not going to say she was lying. I'm not going to not believe her. And you know what else? It was the parents too, because
Mm.
the daddy was on hush mode, and the mama was struggling to give us a performance. Because when I tell you right now, any of my family members would have been up there balling. Whether I done made it back home or not, that's still to even go 48 hours thinking you done lost a loved one or you might not get them back.
Mhm.
Oh no. Like that performance from the parents was a red flag to me. But I was still like, we can't tell people how to grieve. We don't know how people react. So we can't speak on it. But this press conference really, I mean, I don't know who could see this and be like,
Right. Absolutely. I think there's still going to be a few, because then what they're going to hold on to is that 48-hour period, to where we don't know what really happened during that time frame. And she probably really could have gone through exactly what she said within those 48 hours. But for me, I'm just like, it ain't, I mean, everything else you said has been discredited, like especially by law enforcement who has done the investigation on this actually went out on the scene. So yeah, whatever else you're talking about, like, nah, I don't believe it at all. And then I didn't quite understand. I was telling some of y'all last night, like, why is it that you on the phone with your mama and you just get off the phone with your mama, you see this kid, you call 911, but you don't call your mama back, you call your sister-in-law instead? Why would you do that when you know your mama right by her phone? Because you just hung up with her. Like, that just something didn't make sense. So I was like, did her mom possibly like piss her off? And she was like, oh, I'm out. But it seems like, nah, this was something that could have potentially, be pre-planned based on what the cops are saying. So
or
it's crazy,
even
girl.
how, correct me if I'm wrong, when the police, not the police officer, but the operator she talked to when she called 911, when they told her to like stay there with the child, and then I believe the phone hung up on her end. But don't you just stay on the phone with them until?
Yeah, you stay on the phone with them if it's that much of an emergency.
Yeah, I was like, she should have not got out the car, and she should have definitely stayed on the phone with the operator. So that already was like, what are you doing?
And that's where she messed up, because it's like, why call 911? Like, that's where I feel like she totally messed up, calling them. So now you've involved them. Like, of course, you being missing was going to involve them anyway, because clearly her mom did press conference. She wanted her daughter found. I understand that. But you actively called them. So now you've lied to police because they can't find a child. There was nobody else to report one but you. So that's a charge right there. So that's a lot. Give me 1 second. You're welcome to stay on or hang up. It's up to you. We have 2 more people. What's up, Dean?
Hey, so I feel like, in the words of Judge Judy, if it don't make sense, it's not true. And I felt like that from the beginning. If it don't make sense, it's not true. All the stories that came out, then we saw the video, and it's like, it's another case of the comments of Smollett. Someone said Carlee Smollett. And it's unfortunate. It's not funny. I mean, it's not funny in that aspect, because it's like, when I heard him say, I couldn't get over Secret Service, FBI, I'm like, oh yeah, she's not gonna get away from this. She's not gonna get away from this. This is not gonna go away. All that manpower that was used, because this was like a not to compare it to, not the same thing as George Floyd, but the whole world was watching George Floyd. The whole country was hearing about this story, like, oh my God, this lady was on the side of the road and this child. And so she's not going to escape this. And when I was on last night, I told you with some other parents, it was just off to me. I knew that it had to be something that the parents knew. This is not the first incident. It might have not been as big, obviously, as this before, but there's definitely, I believe there's some things that happened with her before within the family that they would have known that she got some things going on, So
Yeah.
so this wasn't a surprise to them.
Mental. I don't even think it was mental no more. Like the way she went about pre-planning things and stuff, like I don't think she's gonna be able to use that one. And
Yeah,
it
the
seemed like
bathrobe and
the police seemed like they was trying to kind of slick debunk that as well. But they just want to talk to her, but they have no record of her having any mental issues or nothing like that. It doesn't mean she doesn't, but I feel like they were kind of like slick trying to debunk that, because when they come for you, they're gonna be coming and know you're not gonna be able to use this and you ain't gonna be able to use that. So
well,
yeah.
no, it might not have been public, not to this extent, but we keep things within the house.
True.
So she might have been, her
Very
mom and
true.
her dad, I'm sure were privy to know that her daughter might have some things going on, and I'm sure nobody imagined that I'm sure she didn't imagine that the whole world would be looking at. I'm sure she never imagined that the whole world would be looking at this case. I kind of, it seemed like something, maybe some attention seeking thing, but I don't think that she realized that this was going to go this far. And I believe that her parents knew that their child have a history of maybe doing some off type of things. So that's just my opinion.
Cool. Okay. Thank you. Miss Autumn, what's going on? What you got? What's your thoughts on
Hey,
it?
Jamie.
Hey.
I got egg on my face. I
Girl, me
mean,
too. What color egg you got? You got the
I was
brown
going.
or the white one?
I was going to say I was even going as far as agreeing with you about some damn aliens. Like we on some outer limits. We on some ancient aliens type stuff. Like I was willing deep inside to believe that versus this young girl was lying, because to me the alternative is almost inconceivable. Like it's like I couldn't, and I know a lot of people said she was, but I couldn't even imagine that she was lying about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I really didn't want to. I was like, nah, can't be. It's too much that went into this. Can't be. Girl, please. It was a lot that went into this. It started on that July 11th. Yeah.
And I haven't seen the whole press conference. I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't see the whole thing. And I'm just like, I'm shook because I'm shook. I do want to say this really quickly to anyone in the chat. What I don't want to do is, when this happens again, not if, but when this happens again, because another melanated woman is going to come up missing, I don't want this to discourage us because we have too much power.
Oh, God. Because
A
I
lot
feel
of people
like
are turned off right now.
Yeah, and I hope it doesn't stay that way, because we really do get a lot of stuff moving and shaking. I feel like a lot of the bigger news networks would not have talked about it if we would not have had the conversations on Twitter and over on Facebook and stuff. So
Exactly.
we just got to continue to be curious about these things when it happens and speak our piece. And we'll get the coverage. We keep our foot on their necks like we always do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's all I wanted to say was I was in the chat as recently as last night, kind of like, disagreeing with everybody. And I got to come up here and say, I got egg on my face. Like some of y'all was right, So it is what it is. It's sad.
Yeah.
That's it, lady, though. But thank you for all the coverage.
Of course. Thanks for coming up, sharing your thoughts.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. What's up, Camille? What you got going on? I think you're still muted. Let me unmute you. Am I able to unmute you? I'm trying to unmute you. Can you hear me, Camille? Okay. Camille's there, but she's not there. I don't know if she's having issues or not. I just saw somebody say something about Shanquella. I was trying to find that comment, but I don't know. Hey, Camille.
Hey, hear me now? I hear you,
Yeah,
but
I can
it
hear
honestly
you.
might be my connection, honestly. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not like you're driving or in the car. Yeah, I think it is. I think our connection went out. Yeah, so many Black people and Native American people go missing. No one finds them. This girl went missing and had manpower looking for her, and now it turns out she's lying. Girl, what an embarrassment. Do you hear me? What a embarrassment. Girl, I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't. Sad case, all right? I can imagine what her DMs and things are looking like. I can imagine what her boyfriend is having to deal with. I know he hopped into some DMs and had a lot of things to say to people and stuff. And he even, maintained her innocence of her being kidnapped. And now you hear this story. I'm wondering, how is he feeling and what is he thinking about this overall situation, But that's pretty much that. Shout out to Olga. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I just wanted to come, watch the press conference with you guys, get some of you all's opinions, and also check out Eric Guster's opinion to see what he had to say. So y'all continue the conversation as you need to down in the comments. Definitely go ahead and like up the video. I saw somebody put a question in the chat. Jamie, do you think she will tell her story publicly? Absolutely not. I said that a long time ago. I don't see her coming to the front to say nothing. I don't think it's anything she truthfully can say at this point. If she does say anything, she might reiterate what the police already told us. And then when it comes to questions, she won't answer those questions. I believe their attorney will stand in the place to, answer those questions on her behalf, because they're not going to want her to further incriminate herself more than what she already has. So I really don't see her coming to the front. And in all honesty, if she's gonna do an interview like her mama did or whatever, she might as well just stay where she at. It's not, she just come out better being silent. I mean, what can she say? But except for coming out and saying that I still maintain my innocence, I was abducted or whatever the case is. Like, nobody's gonna believe her either way. The boy who cried wolf is what is given. But that's all I got. I thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, be sure to like up the video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, all of that great jazz. And I will catch you guys in the next one, honey. Bye-bye.